Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design. We're back with Moonlighter. Last one for this recording session.
Going into the dungeon during the day like the brave little soldier we are.
Brave little soldier. So I'm going to just try to kind of rush through this. I think I may not fight guys if I don't have to. Is that a sword? I just got a fucking sword. Well, won't you look at that?
Can you dash or move sideways or diagonal?
Yes. I don't know if I can... Oh yeah, I can dash diagonally.
Okay. That's important to know. I mean...
So that you know when to make fun of me later. I see.
Yeah, should dodge diagonal.
I'm gonna kill these guys because I kind of want to equip that sword. It seems like my Jimmy Jam. When I play Dark Souls, I go for the big scary swords that you're not allowed to use defense. So this seems right up my alley. Whoa.
Because you're a noob. You don't know how to defend properly.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, I'd do that instead of the broom. I'd keep the...
There we go. There we are.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Pull it out. What does it do? Yes.
Oh, so good. Oh, if you combo
What's the other
attacks...
button?
Huh?
What's the other button
right.
do?
Yes! Oh, that's so good. That's so satisfying. I'm way into this. Yeah, fuck you.
Wow, that's super weak.
Well then. Ow. So much for that.
You should charge it up, right? You missed your chance.
Wow.
Oh, they take 15.
No, this is,
Oh, you
I
went back to the other one.
Because it's like...
Faster, does more damage? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was disappointing. I guess I could sell
charge it and at least hit the one guy with it.
What?
What?
Du-nu-nu-nu-nu.
Yeah.
You know, at least there's that. I wonder if, like...
That's knockback, at least.
That's true. I wonder if there's any component of, like... Well, I don't think there is yet. But do you think that this game would benefit from, like, a leveling... Ow, I didn't think he'd reach me. Like, leveling up your skill with a weapon kind of mechanic? Or do you think that would be kind of unnecessary?
I feel like that's kind of what upgrading the weapon is, anyway.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like, I guess if they wanted to do a leveling up for the skill, then they should offer you a new ability rather than, like, more damage or stats or something.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, now that I think about it, I know that the broom is weak and everything, but it's probably better to use against the golem guys because you're out of range.
Oh, that's a good point.
I know.
I didn't think about that.
Because, what did you say about yourself earlier? Oh, yeah, you're a casual? What's that, potion?
I said that off camera.
Broom? Are you going to equip it, or?
I guess I could.
And then maybe you should use a potion.
Yeah, probably. I stocked up on potions before we came here. I kind of wish there was a way of viewing the stats of the item. I don't think there is.
And the broom does 10 damage. It's not a lot, but, you know.
Ow. I was trying to, like... That's why these guys are a pain, because if you're not using the short sword, it's like...
Just use short sword. Switch to the short sword.
I know. But you're missing my point. What if you don't have a short sword?
Why wouldn't you have a short sword?
That was...
Oh, that was so awesome.
I mean, I totally deserved that.
Uh-oh. I
It's
had
fine.
a chance.
Everything's fine.
You
Damn
still
it.
didn't use that potion.
I did. I just got thrown off a cliff instead. Ow. So, let's talk enemy design. I think for the most part, a lot of these guys are pretty straightforward. Like, they kind of just meander around slowly, right? And then we get some ranged guys. That's what I get for looking away for a second. Listen, I have a lot of potions. I just got another potion.
How do you beat any Zelda?
Okay, well, my only defense is...
Broom.
Yeah. Well, first, let me take out this guy.
Well done. Alright.
What hurt me? Maybe I'm poisoned.
There you
Okay. And it kind of pushes him back. That actually works out pretty
go.
well.
Back up. Back up. not dodge roll off the side.
Yeah. Who's good at games? Not this guy.
Speedrunners.
Speedrunners. Go ahead and equip my last handful of potions there. So remember that time that I was like, let's go find the boss.
Oh my god.
It's gonna happen. But yeah, I think the enemy design does a good job at kind of like hitting at least some of the core basics of like what we would need to have a good diverse set of enemy types.
Yeah, you have some that just move up and like when they touch you, you take damage. You have these guys that move slowly, but you only take damage when they actually swing their sword, and it's a large amount of damage. So you have to be very careful. They also have a lot of health. So you have like your basic like touch you enemies. You have the heavy slow guys. What else are there? The shooting creatures. Maybe you should just leave.
I don't know why I'm so bad at dodging those guys.
Those guys?
No, the turret guys. Yeah.
No,
just what I needed. Son of a bitch.
This is awesome.
It's okay. Everything's fine. Oh.
Good. A room covered in maybe
Goo.
blood?
It's goo. Slime goo. See, now I can't like.
Do better, more better.
And I'll fall.
Hit him
off
one more
the
time.
cliff.
Hit him one more time. Hit him one more time. Just gotta. All you gotta do is hit him one
There
more
we
time.
go. I hit him.
Now run, run, run. I love that guy.
Oh, he looks super cool. I like his design too. I think it's a really good way of like super stressing out the player.
Can you hit him at all?
I could try.
Yeah, once you kill this guy.
Nope.
Oh, there. Yeah.
He gets faster too the longer he's around.
Oh, does he? Oh.
Oh, son of a bitch. So like I can kind of juke him, and I think I
juking.
can dodge through him.
Woo.
Son of a bitch! Just like now. Yeah, second floor. Did it.
Oh my god. Oh, you're so bad at this game.
So, in my defense, the controls are very slow. Like the game itself, I think one thing I was telling Jen about this game is that they kind of chose to sacrifice better game feel for better visuals. So, in its current state, a lot of things tend to be very slow in responding.
I have a... Oh, never mind. I have a theory about those rolly guys.
Oh?
I think they get stunned either when they run into something, or maybe you can force them to roll off the edge.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
So when you're done with this, you have to turn around anyway. You'll be the only one in the room. You can test it out.
Yes. So I think that's why I find a lot of the like game feel to be kind of counterintuitive, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. So it like doesn't stop the game from being fun, but it makes it difficult to just pick it up and be good at it. I mean, you're like good at every game, so you don't count.
Not good at every game. There are some games I'm very bad at.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But now we can sell that sweet sword that we got. Oh, but it's nighttime. Oh.
And
so
I have to walk back.
heal.
Oh, this is good. It's good.
Huh. Yeah, so I guess really the only point of sleeping is to change the day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, really is all it needs to be.
So I say put things in your chest and yeah, go to day. Do you want to pause here and catch back up to the dungeon? And because we have like 10 minutes, maybe we can get past the first floor and give these folks another chance to see.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Welcome back to Nathan is a jerk and wants to one-up me.
You want to write the time we came back?
No, we don't do that.
All right, I don't know, man. I figured it'd make your life easier, but if you don't care. I'm just saying, like... Oh, weird.
All I'm saying is, you found the second floor after 3 rooms in the dungeon. Also, we have...
Oh, interesting.
So we bought a ridiculous
get hurt
amount
there?
of potions.
Yeah, we figured, worst case scenario, We will find. Ow. Okay, so this guy's weird. Because he doesn't like attack you, but you have to hit him in the back. But when you run into the back of him, you hurt yourself.
It doesn't even drop anything. Jerk.
I mean, not always. Not all the enemies do.
Wasted that potion.
That's okay.
I mean, we have so many, it barely matters. But yeah, so, oh, nice!
What
You
did
got the
I
claws. I think the game's going easy on you. But do you see what I mean about the game feel? How it kind of feels a little slow in some regards?
Yeah, you just have to be careful.
I mean, yeah, that's basically how it wants you to play, is to be more careful rather than, like...
Training gloves.
Zelda, you just kind of get into the habit of, like, rushing in and killing things quick. But that's because the controls are so, like, immediate with its attacks. That's cool.
Alright, let's find out how they work.
It's like the same behavior as the broom, except faster and shorter. I'm way into those gloves. That's cool.
How?
They do pretty decent damage, too, for being a speedy weapon. Wow, yeah, range on them is tiny, tiny, though. Oh, that guy's attacking you. That wasn't the other one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. When you get close to them, they stop, actually.
Oh, weird.
Really? Alright. Got it. Wait, where was the...
I think it was just 2 down. So,
Yes.
I think it's pretty easy to look at this game and see the inspiration that it takes from, like, Zelda.
Yeah.
Both in, like, the dungeon design, but also in the mechanics. I mean, aside from the shopkeep stuff.
How do I,
Equip it?
Yeah.
Hit...
Do I have to go through...
I mean, that's one way to do it. I didn't actually realize you could just pick it up and drop it in the weapon slot. Not digging the gloves?
They basically are just, like, shorter range swords, and I would rather... The broom gives me a little more versatility.
And it doesn't... The broom doesn't even sacrifice that much damage in comparison. I mean, I guess it makes sense that the sword and shield you got would be generally better quality than most of the stuff you would find in the shop or in the first dungeon, which I think that's totally okay. Oh
Okay.
yeah, they'll break through your shield eventually.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I was a little surprised by, because it's like the shield is really your core defense against. He finds the next door, like. Most of the time, you're the unlucky one on the show. I mean, I'll let you revel in this.
It so rarely happens.
Okay, yeah, see, the pool just kind of dried up. Well, magically dried up. For lack of better phrases. I realized how silly that sounded.
Still a pool. Third floor, like the champion I am. Many have failed before me, but only I shall succeed.
And he's gonna turn like a couple more rooms, and then he's gonna find the boss room, and then it'll be like nothing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be all like, why am I on the show?
I've been wondering that for years.
Oh.
No, it's not. You offer great discussion, Chris. While others do the hard work.
I do actually really enjoy being the not player on the show. I think it's really fun to just like watch other people play and talk about it. Maybe that's the byproduct of me growing up with 2 brothers.
I wouldn't know.
You're not missing out on much.
Oh, geez, I'm almost dead.
Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm glad that they didn't go the Zelda route in having like an incessant beeping when you're low on health.
Oh, annoying. Oh my god.
See, heal, 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 heal.
Oh, the boss is another floor up.
Oh, okay, so it would have been one more stairway up. It's
we're
probably
good.
like immediately. He's
It
like
could
the
be.
only thing on that floor.
I assume if I go play again, I'm just gonna go back to floor 1.
Yeah, let's do it.
No.
You want me to do it?
No.
I'll do it.
No, we're not.
We have
No.
5 minutes left.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 minutes left. Rush through it.
Got this.
What was I saying? Oh, I'm glad that that low health doesn't like get super annoying and beep like crazy. But it's super easy to get low health in this game and not realize that you're about to die.
Yeah, that is kind of why I just died. I was like, oh, I have no life. Great.
Yeah, I think that's one of the downsides of having the health UI be kind of tucked in one of the corners. Whereas, like, if the UI was displayed near the player, then you're pretty much always seeing it so long as you're looking at the player. Of course, the sacrifice there is that it just looks uglier if you do that.
Yeah.
So it's like another case of, like, pick your poison, which would you rather have? And
all right, then. Is this maybe like a invisible walkway?
It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a tiny room, because all the rooms are the same exact size. So that's kind of their way of, like, working within their boundary for design of being like, we want tiny rooms, but we can't program. We don't have, like, the time to program in those.
I mean, Binding of Isaac did it that way too at first. Mm-hmm. And then when Rebirth came out, they shocked everybody with their their like large rooms.
And that was one of the reasons why they wanted to re-release Isaac, was because
they had more design decisions, or like more design they wanted to implement.
Yeah, they were too limited by the previous design, but at that point, like, the framework was already there, so they'd had to really rebuild everything.
Just so what do I have to like?
Yeah, grab it all and then just move it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So it just means that it's equipped, which I guess that means that there are other things you could get to equip later on too. So there's probably some kind of like trinkets or accessories, or maybe just different types of potions or elixirs, which that would be kind of cool too.
Give me those bat wings, or whatever they are.
I could see these guys getting kind of annoying in the long run, just because they're kind of tedious to fight.
I think the annoying part is me getting hit when I attack them from behind. No.
I would heal, yeah. I think that's where I struggle with the most in the combat, is that it's easy to get in position and land your attacks, but it's very difficult to do that without taking damage yourself.
Yeah,
and just from, like, touching them.
It's lacks, wait, where's my map?
Yeah.
It's a little hard to see where the hitboxes are, ultimately, is I think where it's at.
Either that or, like, hitboxes are a little too large on the player and or a little too small on the enemies. I mean, I think that's one thing that could be solved by giving weapons just generally a little bit more range than you currently get. Yeah, that one's a tricky thing to balance. It is kind of nice to talk about this game, though, with a clear head. It's really, it doesn't seem like it would be the kind of game that would require a lot of concentration, but when you're in the moment, man, I don't know, it can be more taxing than you'd think. Ooh. Potion. Yeah. Do a potion. Nice. You know what else it is? Actually, probably the biggest thing that causes that is the fact that when you swing your sword, you move forward.
I actually feel like that's an intentional design choice here.
It totally is.
It happens with every weapon.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, but because of the design of the enemies and actually the designs of the map, that often works to penalize the player. So, like, I'm less inclined to, oh, those are cool. I'm surprised we haven't seen those yet. It's like a mystery item, so you only get to see what it is after you go back to town.
How do I...
Yeah. So, a good example of the movement being an issue is that because there are those, like, pitfalls, they'll often place enemies near pitfalls. But the problem being is that if you're trying to do a combo attack on an enemy, you can often push yourself over the cliff. And so the game actually discourages you from using combo attacks and kind of incentivizes you to take pot shots.
Also, especially because they
pop shots?
Maybe pop shots. I think like the third attack deals more damage, but otherwise there's kind of no incentive to actually
so
do a combo.
Unless you
like
can
right
land
now.
that 3-hit, then yeah, there's no point. Other than like killing them
there it is.
faster.
So 1, 2, 50. Yeah, every time.
So I guess I wonder what might I guess I'm trying to think of a good solution for the move forward when attacking thing. So like if they really wanted to keep that in, what would help make that feel less penalizing? And I think giving more knockback on enemies when you hit them would help. You're less likely to bump into them that way.
I can agree with that.
And I think that alone would help negate that frustration, because it's relatively easy to not fall down cliffs so long as you're paying attention. And that could be cool too, in that like maybe you could push enemies off cliffs, and suddenly there's a whole new level of design to the game's combat systems. Especially since those cliffs really are only there to be an obstacle rather than a tool you can use.
Which I think... I think it would behoove them to allow them to be used as a tool rather than just an obstacle.
I mean, like, Enter the Gungeon's a really good example of a game that utilized that design pretty strongly.
The tables.
Yeah, the tables, but also even cliffs in Enter the Gungeon, you could push enemies down it. There were guns that had like really high pushback, so you could just blast them off into the abyss.
Right, and that was like a whole strategy with it too. Mm-hmm. But they were really clever about that, because there was oh, look at that, all those other fun things.
Cool.
They were really clever with that though, because they what?
Ooh.
Weird.
So those
there was like fire
fall.
you could use to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Will they fall immediately, or will they give me a second?
They'll give you a second.
One more. Come on. Thank you.
Oh, that's the saddest. You need like a boomerang. Just.
I don't get it. I'm messing with you.
You're the worst.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I can't go to my inventory.
Nope, because there are too many enemies nearby. You can, if you run away from enemies within a room that has enemies, you can occasionally, like, get the chance to open your... Oh, maybe you can't open your inventory. I might be talking out of my ass.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah! So now you're on the 3rd floor?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, because I ran out of, potions.
Cool.
Yay.
15 potions left. I think we can do... I think you got this.
I don't know, man.
I would heal... Yeah, there you go. Ooh, that's like a cursed chest looking thing.
There we go. I think it's all about that, the pre-swing. Boom.
Oh, that's a good point. Oop.
Wrong way.
One thing that I think they do pretty well with the enemy design, at least for this first area, is I like that they have kind of this difference between ground enemies and flying enemies. So it allows flying enemies to kind of just navigate anywhere, which is kind of akin to some Zelda designs too, in that they can be an incessant pain because they don't have to adhere to the same like boundaries that you do.
It's a lot less predictable.
Mm-hmm. And it sets it up for you to get kind of trapped in a lot of scenarios. That dealt a lot of damage.
That did deal a necessary amount of damage.
Yeah, those potions heal 25%, so I think you only heal 25 per use. Am I crazy, or are some of those numbers occasionally green?
No.
Okay,
You
maybe
are
that's
crazy.
just my colorblindness.
All right.
What's in the chest? What's in the box?
Oh my.
When going to town, item will destroy near... Whoa, it is like a cursed chest.
I need to grab. How do I grab all of it?
Just hold A over it. Yeah. Yeah, screw those things.
What is all this stuff? Rune tool?
When going to town, this item will transform itself into copies of the near item. Whoa.
Just a blueprint.
Huh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you don't
This
need
is-
those pots. I mean, I guess pots sell for a pretty decent amount, but
Compared to the items that we're keeping, probably not.
That's true. Yeah, these seem a lot more valuable. Nice.
Boom. Didn't seem to curse me, I think.
I mean, maybe.
Me.
I find it interesting that not all rooms seal up.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering about that. Like, if there was... what the intention was there. Was it just to, like,
Yeah.
give some relief to the player?
I mean, I could see that being the case. I feel like it doesn't read clearly what causes some rooms to seal and what causes others not to. Not that it really matters, because it's just like, that's the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be kind of interesting if, like, it were a particular enemy, or, like, if they reserved that for more difficult battles, or if they just did it every single time.
It does seem to happen at rather inconvenient moments.
I mean, that's true.
I don't really need any of that.
Nah, you're good, man.
Oh.
Well, this is awkward. So, like, gloopy. God, I love the animation, though. Like, look how fluid that is.
That is beautiful.
That's, I think, what initially drew me to the game, is I saw a lot of the animations on their Kickstarter, and I was like, this is gorgeous. And then I saw what the gameplay was that they had planned, and I was like, this is everything I could have wanted it to be. That looks like it could be the boss room.
Certainly does.
Where are you going? Oh, you're gonna heal. That makes sense.
Use every resource to your advantage.
Yup. That's how you survive.
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 Wait. I was about to say, did it really end with me only having 1 hit point left?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Howdy.
Oh, I like that they kind of,
Oh, large room.
yeah.
Let's do this.
I like that they make it pretty clear that there's a boss behind that door. And it's purely an aesthetic thing. But I mean, even as it closes that, like, slow, cryptic way, you're like, oh, this is going
This
to be
is
important.
it. This is it.
Ooh.
It's a golem gloopy thing. What's his name?
So do you think the golems are the slimes and they just inhabit those shells?
Oh my.
This will probably be
This is
fine.
interesting.
Don't get shot.
He's aiming at me. He's aiming at me.
Don't get shot. Whoa. Yeah. Oh. Maybe you can run up and hit him? And, like, dodge through that? Yeah.
Alright.
Whoa. Oh, he spawned a little dude.
Okay. Dick move.
Wow, that is such a quick hit. They kind of
dead.
show you the... Woo, well, we saw the boss.
Oh, that was fun.
That was further than I got, so...
Oh boy.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of did, like... kind of, not cheat our way up here, but close enough to it.
We rushed it.
Well, yeah, we rushed it. We stocked up on potions, so it only makes sense that
Yeah, in a real game, we probably wouldn't have spent, I don't even know, 1,500 or more on potions.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is Moonlighter.
Moonlighter.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. I'm going to keep playing this on my own time. Maybe I'll stream a little bit of it too.
My favorite question for any game like this, and I think it still stands, what do you hope and expect to see out of a game that's still in beta?
Yeah, I love that too. Because it's like, it could change. So much could change.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Bye.
Bye.